Well, you're looking at a picture of the ship Bangalore, which my grandfather captained for several years in the early 1900s. It would take almost 100 days for a sailing ship like this to travel from New York to San Francisco around Cape Horn, that's in South America. Seafarers understood the dangers of such a trip. The sea is an unforgiving master, and interestingly enough, 2 years after my grandfather left his command, the Bangalore was lost at sea while sailing around Cape Horn. Well, if you're joining us in going through the 6-month reading plan through the book of Psalms, today's reading is Psalm 107, verses 13 through 25, and I encourage you to read that section. Well, Psalm 107, 23 through 25 says this: "Those who go down to the sea in ships, who do business on great waters, they have seen the works of the Lord and his wonders in the deep. For he spoke, and it raised up a stormy wind, which lifted the waves up of the sea." Now, those who work at tasks tied to nature are most likely to recognize not only God's awesome power, but the existence of God himself. When you see the beauty as well as the destructive power of the sea, you recognize that this is not something that came about just by chance. We in the Western world want to try and figure things out logically. We want to find the reason for something. We want to find a way to do something. We never stop wondering about how we can control that which is around us. And yet, the simplest thing to control is also the one we cannot control. James tells us that the tongue is an untamed power. We use it both to praise as well as to slice something to pieces. The war of words that is currently going on in our political world proves that statement. So if we cannot control that which is less than 6 inches long, how is it that we think that we can control the world around us? It is God who has the power to control the world, not us. It is on God whom we must rely, not our politicians. It's on God whom we have to repent, because it is he who is the master of the universe. God answers our call when we need him. God provides what we ask. But God also judges with the power of the natural world. Now, the book of Revelation tells us that nature is upended toward the end of time. Just as Egypt was on the receiving end when God was showing his desires to free the Israelites and they were fighting it, the natural world around us is wondrous and mighty. It can be a place of great comfort in the wonder and beauty, or it can be a terrifying storm. It is our responsibility before Christ to worship God through each of these times, whether storm or beauty. And if you would like a PDF copy of this entire reading plan, please send an email to phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.